Hi, everyone. I hope you can see me and hear me. Everybody,
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
good evening. Good evening. This is Navneet, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We'll just wait for another 2 or 3 minutes and then we will start. Right? Okay. Yes. Um, right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Priya, and I'm going to talk to you about Europe studies. All right, and everything related to Europe studies. Let me start again by saying that I represent Europe Study Center, which has around 65 branches all over India. Okay. And my office, and I head it, of course, and my office is in Panchagutta in Hyderabad. So at the end of the slides of all of this, you might, yes, you might know, you will see my address, my phone number. So you have any other queries, you can please forward them to me. My email ID would be there. So you can go ahead and email me as well. Go on the website, check us out and see what we are all about. Okay, right. So now coming back to our studies, why Europe? Yes, everyone wants to go to US, everyone wants to go to Canada. They say we want to go to Australia, right? But you know, Europe is one of the best study destination for anybody and everybody, and many of them unfortunately do not know about this at all. So I'm here, to fill the gap for you and talk about it. Why Europe? Okay, in Europe, we have universities which are mostly, we can say around 90% of the universities are all public universities. Okay, we all have public universities in Europe. There are very few which are private, and yes, we do for them as well. Why public? Because as you know, public is very much in demand. They are, most sought after universities. They are number one in their particular countries. They are number one, or you can say they are ranked. Specifically, they are ranked in Europe, in the whole world. So the ranking is there, and you can always go on the website and check out every country. Now, when I talk about Europe, I'm talking about European Union, Schengen countries, which are around 27 of them. So when you go to Europe, you don't get just an entry into one particular country because you get a Schengen visa that allows you or gives you the right to travel to 27 countries in Europe. Isn't that great? Yeah, I wish I would go. No, but I want to make this opportunity, yeah, and explain to you how you can do that, right? How you can go about your studies, get your masters if you're looking for masters, if you're looking for graduation. Yes, we will be there to guide you, to help you to do all the things that is required. Okay, now if you look at our Indian education, right, um, I would say to a certain extent, my daughter studied the same thing that I studied in the 10th standard, in the 11th standard. They are doing the same thing. So I have decided this is not done. If you need to do progress in life, you need to go ahead in life, you need to do something of your life, you need to have the best education there, isn't it? And also which is light on the pockets. When I say light on the pocket means it should be very, very economical, isn't it? Yeah. So this is what I plan to tell you now. Why go ahead and study in Europe? When once you go to a college or a university in Europe, you get the most updated education that is there in the market. You wouldn't get that anywhere else. Probably you might, but you're going to pay a lot for it. Extremely expensive education. But in Europe, what you can do is you can get the best of the education at a very, very economical rate. When I talk about economical rate, I'm talking about a fee would be something around, 2.5 lakhs. That's it for 1 year. 1 year, yes, you heard me right. For 1 year, it's just 2.5 lakhs. And here you have to pay in India, I'm sure you have to pay around 8 lakhs, 5 lakhs, give or take, right? Yes. And also, once you finish your education, you have a right for an internship. Now, this internship would be paid, it can be unpaid, but you are going to get the best of practical knowledge in an industry which actually asks your type of qualifications, which will tell you the university, I want a particular batch of students to do this particular studies. So please help the students to teach this. So when they are done with their studies, I can take them into my organization, into my company, or into that particular industry, right? Okay. And another thing about education in Europe, most of the universities in Europe have a Bologna system. That means the education level is same everywhere, all over Europe, right? Okay. Now, what happens over here is when we talk about the same system, the same kind of education, we have the student has a right. I mean, you should be academically excellent, okay? And once you get, the first year or second semester, first semester, second semester, you are done. The faculty members would watch you and say, yes, Mr. A is so good in his studies. We should give him a scholarship. This scholarship would be about, we call it Erasmus Mundus, wherein you get an opportunity to go abroad matlab, not only in that particular country, you can go to any other country in Europe, which has a sister concern or a partner university, or you can also go to US, Canada, if they have a partner university over there. Yes, even Australia too. Okay, right. So these are the things which you can get, and you should know about all these things when you are planning to go to study abroad. And while I was going and had a talk with our Antaraj people, what they have told me is, man, you need to talk about the scholarships and also the English language. So let me come to English language now. Okay, English language. What do we mean by English language? We are all of us talking English, don't we? Our whole education is in English. So why again another English language? Why do we need? So here it is. We need an English language. It is what the European universities would grade us on. How good is our English, and are we eligible for their particular university? How are they going to gauge that? They are going to gauge by, we have something called IELTS. Okay, that is, it's an English language certificate given by the British Council, which talks about how good your English is and how will they score you on. What are the basis of your score? It could be yes, reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Yes, speaking too. So these are the things that they would test you on. So when I talk to you about reading, writing, listening, and speaking, see, speaking, most of us know. I'm sure 80% or 85%, 90% also speak very good English, right? And when we talk about listening, yeah, I think many of us go ahead and listen to see English movies, right? Now, latest one was Avatar, yeah. So we keep watching English movies and um, uh, you know, uh, And we don't have to need a translator to tell us what is happening. No. So we are good in English. But when it comes to actual getting a certificate, so you can have any score, high score, but the least you should have is 5.5 band. You cannot have anything less than that, right? And you should have a minimum of overall, that is reading, writing, listening, and speaking, 6. Your overall band should be 6. Now, in some of our universities, they also tell us we don't need IELTS, we don't need GRE TOEFL, as long as we have a medium of instruction. So what do we mean by medium of instruction? It's the same thing what we have studied. We have studied in English medium, isn't it? So if we get a certificate from any of our from our school, or our degree college that we have studied in, or our intermediate 11th and 12th when we have studied, if we get a certificate stating that all our education has been in English, then we don't need to have IELTS or GRE TOEFL. So that is the thing. All right. Yes. So Ishan, can you change that slide? Yeah. Why Europe? Like, I've already just finished talking about it. Study in the top ranking universities. So these ranking, if you go on the net and you check, there are n number of rankings which are there. Okay, QR ranking is there, then there is country ranking which is there, that is the Europe ranking, then there is a world ranking, and there are other rankings also which are there. And most of these universities that we as Europe Study Center are dealing with are all top ranking universities, right? And what is the main thing about those particular universities is the practical. They are very practical oriented studies. Okay, they have an international exposure towards latest that are in the market, the latest technologies. Like I told you earlier, internship facilities with reputed companies. When I talk about reputed companies, what do we mean by them? I'll show you a list in a second or something like that, where you can see the different types of companies which are there. And I already explained to you about Erasmus program to explore the international culture. So this is nothing but the scholarship that I was talking to you about. If you are an exemplary student in your particular university, they would send you to a different country or different college or different university, which is a sister, which is our partnered university. Yeah, I'll come back to your questions at the end of the slides. Okay, let us skip the questions, keep them coming, but just give me a time. I'll answer all your queries. All right, yes. Can we change the slide, Ishan? Yes, Europe and its countries. Now, what do we mean by? I just told you we have 27 countries, right? Which are in Schengen. So you can see they are Norway, Sweden, Finland. These are called the Nordic areas, the Nordic countries. And then we have the Baltic. The Baltic is nothing but Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. Okay, these are called the Baltic. And then we have the West, wherein we have the UK and the Denmark and everything. And then we have Germany, which are in the center. Okay, center, Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary. These are all in the center of Europe. And then we come to the south. In the south, what do we have? We have Slovenia, we have Italy, we have, what is that? We have different countries over here. Yeah, just please go through them. And Ishan, can we change the slide, please? Yeah, thank you. There you can see, there you can have a look at all the countries which are there. Okay. Yeah, France, Spain, Portugal. We have all of these countries, Malta. So you can just go and have a look at them, and you will see. Right. So these are the countries which we do, 27 countries. Now, when you look at the map, you can see there are a cluster of, in different colors. These are the countries, and all these countries are called Schengen countries, wherein you can go on one passport. Okay, you can have one visa and you can travel to all these 27 countries, which are Schengen countries. And then we have the next one. Can we have the next slide? Europe has, you know what? 8 of the world's 10 happiest countries. You heard me right. 8 of the world's happiest countries are in Europe. So I think most of us should go there to study. You don't want to study in a place which is very, not so happy, right? We all of us want to be happy in our lives. So why not study in a place which is really happy? And here we have in Europe the 8 happiest countries. Let me name them for you. They are Sweden, Switzerland, Denmark, UK, Germany, France, Netherlands, Finland, Norway, Iceland, Austria. Yes, these are the few countries, the 8 countries out of 10 which are there in Europe. And on this note, I'm definitely going to send my daughter as well to study there. Yeah, you heard me right. Okay, Ishan, can we have the next slide, please? What is so special about education in Europe? Okay, why Europe? So when we talk about this, I think the slide is different. Let me just check. Give me a second. Okay, this is about specialities of education in Europe. Can you give me that slide, please? Yes, thank you. So here we are. What is so special about education in Europe? Like I told you, it is a Schengen visa. A single visa will give you an entry of 27 countries. It is 27, not 26, because Croatia has just joined in last month, 27. So January, it has come into in January, it has entered the Schengen or European Union, and now it is a Schengen country. So there are 27 and not 26, as it shows here. And many of the universities, like I just told you, many of the universities do not require IELTS or TOEFL, GRE, GMAT, nothing. You can go on medium of instruction. Okay, yes, this is the best part about studying abroad. It is stay back option. What do we mean by stay back option? Stay back is nothing but once you finish your education, you finish your master's, you have a right. The government has given you a right to stay a minimum of 9 months. Okay, like in Latvia, we have 9 months. In France, we have 2 years. Lithuania, we have 2 years, and so on and so forth. So we can stay there. And what's the need to stay? You can stay back to do another course. You can stay back to search a job. You can stay back to continue with your internship. Okay, so these are the things. And you have another thing which is very, very important, which also happens in India. It is campus recruitment. Now, what do we mean by recruitment? I'm sure everybody knows about it. So I need not tell you about it, right? Campus recruitment is nothing but the companies will come to our university. They will sit in that big hall wherein they will start giving you the placement, offer you a chance to work in their company based on your education. All right? Yes. And also, once you finish your master's, you have a right to join for the next course, which is there, if at all you are interested. That could be if you finished your master's, you are looking for research. Yes, you are eligible for that. You can go ahead and join research in any of the institute or also in the companies. Okay, so you have an opportunity for that. And the best part, now I'm talking, is it is about the updated syllabus, not like India, not at all, not what I studied, my daughter studies. No, here you are going to get the latest technology, latest in the market, latest in the syllabus. Why? Because nobody is going to employ if you don't know, if you're not up to the standard, isn't it? So the companies want students to go ahead and do what is there in the market. They want you to study so they can absorb you into their company. They don't need to train you again. They don't need to spend any more money on you because they have already asked the universities. They have given a syllabus and asked them go ahead and teach them. So this is what you are very lucky if you are studying abroad to have this opportunity. So frequently updated syllabus keeps coming your way all the time. When we talk about practicals, case study based teaching, you and I know that in India, at the last final year, we are given some practicals to do, and we are given around 4 to 6 months. Finish your practicals and give it to us. That's it. But here it's not like that. Your practicals probably after the first semester, the next semesters would mostly contain project works, assignments, practicals, all based on your case-based studies. That is what it is going to be. And I'm very lucky to be telling you about all these things because I'm sure many of you do not know about all this, right? So thank you for giving me this opportunity to explain all this to you all. Right. Can we have the next slide, which shows us about the different companies which are there, the corporates? Yes, there you are. Right. We have Europe is a hub in many renowned, corporates. You just look at it, you can see. I don't need to read it out for you. Yes, I can see that everybody is, just looking at the screen. Land Rover, Rolls-Royce, wow, Mercedes, and we have Opel, Volvo, you name it, you have it over here. These are just to name a very few companies which talk about only cars. Yeah, I think these are only about cars. So imagine the type of your companies that we are going to have all over Europe. And we also have another one. The next slide will tell us about many other industries as well. Not this slide, the next one. Yes, companies from many industries. We have the first one is Novartis, that is a pharma, right? We all know about GlaxoSmithKline. We know about it. We know about Siemens. We know about ArcelorMittal. We know about BASF. We know about P&G. Just go through the list. Amazing companies which we are all well acquainted with, and most of the products in our house today belong to these companies which are there, which is coming on the screen now, isn't it? Yes. And we talk about the next slide talks about the scholarship. Like I told you, we have a Bologna system which talks about the same kind of education. The level doesn't fall down in any way. We have the same one all over Europe. So that is a Bologna system. Now we have a scholarship which is called Erasmus Mundus. This is nothing but, like I already explained to you, a faculty member would look and see how good you are in your studies. If you're very good in your studies, they would offer you this Erasmus Mundus. That is a 6 months or one semester in any part of the partnered universities anywhere in the world. It can be in the country, it can be in Europe, or it can be in surrounding countries in Europe, it can be in US, you name it. If they have a partnered university, then yes, you are welcome to go there. I know I'm taking too much of your time, so let us go and finish it a little faster. Okay, these are all funded by European Commission. Okay, yes. And at the end of it, like it is already said, and you can already read it out, upon completion, you receive a joint degree. Right. So here are the engineering technology, what are the different kinds of engineering we have in Europe, the different kinds of studies that you can study in Europe. Like, for example, we have mechanical. Okay, this also is an engineering, right? These all come under one gambit or one umbrella. So it's mechanical. We have aerospace. We have computer science. We have information technology. We also have, you can look here, artificial intelligence, mechatronics, automotive, marine engineering, robotics, data science, civil engineering, all of this. Actually, Ishan, can you just change the slide, please? Yes, engineering. And you know what? To do these engineering courses, which are the best countries? It's come in red. We can see as Sweden, Finland, Germany, Czech Republic, Latvia, Lithuania, Slovakia, Portugal. So these are the countries, if you want to do engineering, these are the countries you can pick. Okay? Yes, I'll come to your questions again. Management studies, if you are looking for management studies in Europe, which are the best countries? We have France, we have Germany, we have Czech Republic. And what are the subjects under management that we are looking for? We are looking at marketing, logistic and supply chain management, human resource management, project and brand management, international business, financial management, and sports management. So actually, the screen is not moving. Yeah, because these are all the management studies in Europe. So as I just covered it up, it is France, Germany, Czech Republic, and these are the various branches where you can study marketing, logistics, supply chain management, human resource management, project, brand management, international business, financial management, and sports. Yes, coming then next to arts, fashion, political studies in Europe. So when we talk about arts and fashion, we are looking at Italy, France, and UK. I don't need to explain to you why Italy, why France. Yes, if you see, all most of our branded stuff are all coming from Italy and France and UK, right? Like fashion designing, design for the fashion system, architecture. Architecture is an art, yes. Interior design, international relations, public relations, and museum studies. Yes, you heard me right. Also, museum studies. Next, we have is medicine, biological sciences in Europe. I'm sure many of you want to know about this, right? We have lot and lot of students who want to be doctors or anything related to that. So here we have biomedicine, biomedical engineering, molecule and microbiology, biotechnology, and the countries which are very famous for these studies are Finland, Hungary, Lithuania, Latvia, Germany, and UK. Right? Yes. So these is the last of it. So if anyone has any questions, I have missed out one. Yes, here are the few top ranked government universities. Like we just missed out this. The first one of them is Technical University of Liberec. This is in Czech Republic. When we talk about top government universities, what do we mean? It means nothing but top education, best education with the least price. And these are all ranked. They are ranked in the country, they are ranked in Europe, they are ranked in all around the world. So they have, and you can just go to pick up this name from here, go on the website and check out all the details that you are interested in. First of all, you would see that it is a ranked government university. Okay, the next in line is Technical University of Ostrava. Again, it's in Czech Republic. And Quanist University of Technology, Lithuania. Here I must tell you one thing which is very, very important is many of us try or want to aim at IITs, right? But this university, Quanist University of Technology, will give you the education which is in line with IIT India. Yeah, that many of us do not know. And the entry level for this is 60%, right? Yes, it is 60%. To go for this university, you don't even need IELTS as long as you have medium of instruction. If you call me or you email me, I will give you the details about all these universities. Politecnico di Milano. So this is in Italy. Okay. Sapinas University, Italy. Riga Technical University, Latvia. Okay. Gans University of Technology, Poland, and many, many more. I cannot name all of them because we have more than 300 universities, more than 300. All right. Yes. So at the end, I think there is my phone number, which is there, which will be flashing, which will be my address. That is the website and also my email ID, my telephone numbers. So anyone interested can come up or call me and meet me in my office so we can discuss further. Anyone wants more details, you cannot make it to the office, call me or email me and I will be able to answer all your queries. Right? Yes. Now let us go for that questions and answer session that we had. Let me see what was the first
So,
question that you had.
first of all, thank you so much, ma'am. It was a like very sweet and short session. It was wonderful, and I've also gathered so much of information.
Thank
And
you,
I
thank
think
you.
our audience also have gathered the information, or this about, like, I was aware of this Sangwon country. Might many of the students are not aware of what is Sangwon country, how many countries come into that. So they have the some knowledge also, I think. So
Yes.
now I would like to request participant. You can directly unmute yourself, or you can raise your hand. So then you can unmute and you can directly ask the question. Okay? Yeah.
Right. Arvind has a question saying that what is the age limit? Age limit for undergraduates, that is for, if you want to do your degree after your 12th standard, you want to do your degree. Okay. They are looking for students who are, because you're going for graduation, they could like you to be at least 23 to 24 years. But if you're going for masters, they have around, some universities will say 27 is okay, but we can go even till 30, maximum 30, 32 also. But it is still risky. If you go at that age, it is risky, but we can try. But I wouldn't advise it. So yeah, 30 would be the line for masters. Right. And the next question, just let me just go through it quickly. Um, Age limit, are all European studies recognized by our, yes, yes, all universities recognized by our, yeah, they are. No, not a problem. So when we go there and we study and we come back to India, yes, they'll accept you with open arms, so that there shouldn't be any problem. And um, our education, when we go abroad to study, like I told you, it is very, very, oh, 1 second, just give me a second. Okay, how much do we need to score in IELTS? Yes, the minimum should be 5.5, and with none of them less than 5.5, but the overall should be 6 bands. What do you mean to say that our university is not practical oriented? I don't mean to tell you that our universities are not. They are, but most of them, because I deal with many of the students over here, they are all, let us say, they talk about, they always tell me, ma'am, um, our project work, our practicals was in the final year. Till that time, we were only used to study, study, study. Bhatti karte hai hum. That is, by heart. We whatever we study, it's all by heart. And at the final year, they give us a project, engineering. So they give us a project in which we have to showcase what we are doing. And it is not single-handed. You have to have a group of maybe four, and maybe more than four, and all of you together, you do that particular project work. But when I talk about Europe studies, you might, or you might be asked to do your project work alone. So it depends how you look at it. Okay. Yeah, any other questions that you are looking for? And I must have missed out anyone who are asking, wanting to know something else more about Europe. And many of the
Yeah.
universities many of the universities in Europe do not ask about IELTS or GRE, GMAT. They don't ask TOEFL. They don't ask. As long as you have medium of instruction, they are they're happy with it. They don't need anything else more than that. And there are very few which actually ask you, yes, you need to have IELTS, and that is also if you are looking for universities in like University of Helsinki or Germany. They don't, even some of them in Poland, they will say, we need that you need to have IELTS, a minimum of 6 bands. So in the four, which I said, the four sections, like the reading, writing, listening, and speaking, in any of this, you should not have less than 5.5. Scholarships, we have plenty of scholarships. You have a scholarship, country scholarship is there, you have a university scholarship, and you have what is that, the scholarships which are given to international students only. So we have plenty of scholarships. If you can email me or call me, or come and meet me in my office, still better, because I can give you a lot of my time and explain further to you. Okay, all these things. And yes, any other questions that you're looking for, which I need to answer now? I still have the time, so let's go for it.
Sridhar has raised the question. Yes, Sridhar, you can ask the question.
Ma'am, ma'am,
Yes, Sridhar. Go ahead, Sridhar.
one second, ma'am, I forgot what to ask. Ma'am, what do you think about studies, ma'am? Paid universities will be best or free universities will be good?
So it depends on your percentage. Okay, it depends on your pockets. So these are the two main criteria on which you can look forward to. First of all, what is your percentage? If you finish your 12th standard and you're looking for graduation to go and do your graduation abroad, what is the percentage you are looking for? If your percentage in Belgium, Netherlands, if you're looking for these countries, you need to have a minimum of 75, 80. Okay, and to have a scholarship over there, you need to have way high above that, because everyone who is going to go there is talking about scholarship. They are all of them are above 75. Okay, so you need to be way ahead to achieve some scholarship, to get some scholarship over there. Yes, and some other countries will say, okay, minimum criteria to enter is 60%. Okay, most of the countries, let us talk about at least 80% of the countries will say 60% is acceptable to us. All right, and yeah, that is a percentage thing. And um, if you're looking for budget friendly universities, then I could suggest you to go to the Baltic, because per year 1 year tuition fee would be anywhere between 2.5 lakhs to 3 lakhs. I mean, that is very, very economical. If you're looking at France, you have to pay around for 1 year maybe 8.5 lakhs to 9 lakhs. So it is less than half. If you're looking at Lithuania, Latvia, these countries, they are big, and their education, like I told you, is as good as IIT India, right? And somebody asked me, like, is there any what is that? Racism. I think somebody asked me about racism, isn't it? Now I don't want to go on live and tell that in India only we have, and why not abroad also we cannot expect everything to be all rosy and things like that. No. But yeah, racism is not there where you tell me. Everywhere we have racism, isn't it? It is for us to deal with, and how we overcome all those things, right? We have bullies even in our school. Let us not talk about those. Oh, we are bullied by our own classmates sometimes. Okay, so let's not talk about racism and keep a positive attitude when we plan our study abroad. Yes, the next question was about the food. I think someone asked me about hostel food. Many of them have cafeterias, okay, and they have, if you're staying in a shared accommodation, there is a kitchen, common kitchen. Okay, common kitchen you would be having. Even the wash area. When I'm talking about wash area, I mean clothes. Your laundry also will be common. You will have a washing machine over there, a couple of them, where you can put in your clothes for washing. It's for everybody to use. It's likewise the kitchen is a common kitchen for everybody. So if you plan to cook something nice, good, zabardast Indian stuff, when you go abroad, because I don't know how is the food there. But yes, you can cook your own food, and you can have, and you can, keep it in your fridge, again, which would be common. Okay, right. So it depends. You call me, I'll guide you further about what are the things, if you are planning to go and you get your visa, what are the things you can take and carry with you when you're going abroad to make your palate more nice and attractive to the food which you would be cooking for yourself. I would help you in that and guide you in those things. Yeah. The next question, Ishan, can you just tell me the next question, please?
Yeah, next question is, do our embassy protect us from any internal issues like in Ukraine?
See, till today, we have sent n number of students. Europe Study Center has sent, I think, the most students go from Europe Study Center. We have around 65 branches all over India. Right. So we are the only people who have sent the most students to Europe. And till today, I don't think any student approached the embassy. There is not a need at all to go there and somebody is doing some problem or giving us some problem, so we need to asylum. Nothing. No, I don't think so. And yes, they are always open. Yeah, if you have any questions and all, it can be solved in the university itself. You don't need to go out of the university to find out anything more. So they will be taking care of you. If you're feeling something is not right, you can take it to the management, or you can take it to your the HR or the head of the department, whoever is there. You can go over there. Embassy is very very big issue. It could be for you to do something that big, for you to approach the embassy, right? So yes, I don't think that you need to do all of that. Next question, please.
Scholars, any question? I think some of Hindi people also there, like
Okay,
Tanu
बात
Namati.
करेंगे हिंदी में. Yes, please tell
तनु,
me.
आपको अगर कोई डाउट हो तो आप पूछ सकते हो हिंदी में, अगर आपको इंग्लिश में. तनु नमा.
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay.
ओके, ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम. अगर कुछ होगा भी तो मुझे यू कैन दैट नंबर व्हिच इज देयर आल्सो हैज अ व्हाट्सएप कर लेना मुझे. मैं आपसे बात करूंगी. व्हाटएवर इज आपका जो क्वेश्चंस है, क्वेरीज है, उनको मैं आंसर कर दूंगी. ठीक है.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Sridhar,
Okay,
go ahead. I think Sridhar, shall we take one more question, ma'am?
yes, sure, go ahead.
Okay.
This
Sridhar?
time is only for you all. This time is
Yeah.
only for you all.
Okay. Yes, Sridhar, go ahead.
Okay, sir. Ma'am, in case if in a rare chance we got stuck in the country, ma'am, and there's a war going on between two countries, do our government help us to get out of the country?
Ukraine war. What's
Yeah.
happening with Ukraine? What's happening with Ukraine? आपका question जो है is similar to what is happening there in Ukraine, because Ukraine is not a Schengen country, but still all the countries in Europe, they are helping Ukraine, right? They are helping them by way of food, clothes, you name it. They are helping students who were there. Our Indian students, if you have seen, even our Narendra Modi has got them out of the country and brought them back to India, and has asked them to study in India itself, because he doesn't want our children to fall into any problem, right? So our government is taking care of our students, as well as the government which was there where they were studying, like Ukraine. They have if you must have seen the news, isn't it, that all the students were put in a plane and sent back to home. So yes, I asked the same question to Mr. Siddharth. Okay. I'm not aware of Mr. Siddharth, who is he, but yeah, governments do help you to move out of the country in case of war. They would also take you, if they cannot send you back to your country, they would take you to the nearest, safest country, and from there they would guide you back to your motherland. So that is the thing. So you need not worry about it, and I don't think anyone is going to have any fights going on. Well, Ukraine also, they are fighting, but it is very cool, everywhere around around that Ukraine country, around those other countries, they are doing well and fine.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Not a problem, Sridhar.
Welcome, ma'am.
Anyone else? Any other questions?
Scholars, you can unmute yourself and you can ask if you have any doubt. Ritvik, Navneet, if you have any doubt.
Okay, in the meantime, let me tell you again, you make up your questions. So I will recap everything what I have said.
Yeah.
We are Europe Study Center. We have 65 branches all over India. Mine is in Panchagutta, Hyderabad. Okay, I'm the nearest one to you. So you can come to my office anytime. My phone number is there it was splashed on the screen. You can take from Ishan. He would be giving it to you. And email ID भी है मेरा उसपे, website भी है, आप देखो. आप सर्च करो हमारे बारे में, राइट? एंड कुछ भी क्वेश्चंस हो मुझे फोन करो, मैं आंसर देने के लिए आई एम हियर टू आंसर योर क्वेश्चंस हियर, आज कल भी, ओके? सो व्हेनेवर यू हैव द टाइम आप मुझे फोन करो, कुछ भी क्वेरी है मैं आंसर कर दूंगी. And there are different types of courses which are available. You name it, we have it for you. Okay? Yeah, the fee structure would be differ from country to country, university to university. They would differ. But basically, many of our students, they actually look for um, computer courses, mechanical. They would look for aerospace. They would look for information technology. So there are lots and lots medical. In medical line, we have medicine. We have a very good scope for nursing as well. I don't think it was mentioned in this, but yes, nursing also is excellent. Universities we have, which have very less tuition fee, and the best part is you have a 2 years of stay back where you can practice what you have studied. In the best of the best hospitals. Once you have the finish your intern, you are given a chance to um, you are given a chance to work in that particular hospital. So that is very, very good. And another thing which you might not be aware of, nurses and doctors are paid very, very high, more than the engineers. Yeah. So if you're in 12th standard and you want to do something like this, go for nursing or go for doctor, medicine, anything related to that. Now, the latest the latest trend is towards sports physiotherapy. Many of them are looking for it, physiotherapy. What is that courses in universities abroad? Okay, they are also looking for radiology. Now the latest for computers is data sciences. Many of them are looking for data sciences. And I have a lot of students whom we are sending, and we have already sent for cybersecurity, mechatronics, or you name them, we have sent everyone. So anything you need to study abroad, and you are in two minds, ye karu ya wo karu, mujhe pata nahi hai, main kya karu. So yes, I'm there. Priya is there in Hyderabad, Panchaguta to help you out. Okay? Yes. Any other questions?
We have another question, ma'am. Where do
Yes,
I
go ahead.
find information on scholarships?
You want to know about scholarships?
Yeah. Yes,
Yes?
yes. Yeah.
Okay, scholarships. Scholarships mostly are offered, let me tell you, they are mostly offered, when because you're going from Europe Study Center, we have a discount of maybe for very few universities. Okay, and we are the direct, I forgot to tell you about this part. We are the direct admission officers for many of the universities in Europe. Direct admission officers, matlab kya hai? Sometimes we are given a concession on application fee. Sometimes we are given a discount of 10% on the tuition fee. So that 10% is your scholarship. Okay, it is your scholarship wherein you don't need to pay the 10%. If it is 6,500 less 10% scholarship. So it's like that. The next line about scholarship is once you finish your first semester, your faculty member, your faculty, your teacher, who is teaching you, would actually look at you for the first 6 months, and then he would tell, this student is absolutely right. Now let's say Arvind is there. Arvind, he's a very good student. We need to give him some scholarship. And they are the ones who are going to say, yes, you are eligible for a scholarship. So what you need to do when you go abroad is not make up your mind to go there to study, to work, because many of the students are given a 20 hours per week to work. So if you think about working all the time and not do your studies, then you are not going to get a scholarship. You are going to go back in your credits. Yeah. Here in India, we have all about marks and marks and marks. In Europe, it's all about credits, 30 credits per semester. Okay. So it depends like that. It comes, and if you're not completing 30 credits in the first 6 months, you don't get anything else. It's like a backlog, like how we call in India. You don't get through, then you don't get. Okay, you have to study. So your focus when you go abroad to study, it should be on studies. No doubt about that, right? Then comes 20 hours of work. Once you finish your 20 hours, you cannot do more than that. Like, for example, if you go to Germany and you're doing your master's and you're working more than 20 hours, there is a slab, there's a amount that you can earn as a student in Germany. But if you exceed that amount that which you are getting from your, where you're working, then that comes under income tax deduction. Yes, you heard me. Right. Income tax, deduction. They will minus whatever you earn and take it away by way of tax. It's not done everywhere, but it is done in Germany. So every country has a different way, a different rule. Like, for example, yeah, in Germany, you might get around 6 to 8 euros for per 1 hour. Okay, so you calculate it 20 hours per week. 20 hours per week. In maybe in Baltic area, you might get around uh, 4 euros, 3 to 4 euros. In central of Europe, you might get around 4 to 6. It depends. Every place in Europe, gives you a different pay scale, or different wages or salaries or whatever you talk about. It talks about per hour. Okay, so this is how it is about working and your 20 hours of work. But if you're talking of Kaunas, I'll just take some more time. Okay, Kaunas Technical University that I was just talking about, that offers, if you're going for management, if you're going as a management student, you're doing your master's in management, anything human resource or finance or whatever, you have a right. You can change your work times. You can change your study time. So your study time, yeah, if you're talking of rupees, it could be like that, because 88, today's rate is 88 euros. 1 euro is equal to 88 rupees. So you can calculate how it is. Okay, Sridhar, right. So in Kaunas Technical University, what it is it is, you can study. So I'm talking of management, okay? Talking of management. When you're studying, you can adjust your work time. You can adjust your work time. And this is only available in this particular university, where you can adjust your work timings and your study time. And you have a 2 years stay back in this particular university. So yes, you can make your ends meet over there, because the timings are very flexible in this particular university. And it is one of the best universities. Huh? It's a government university, it is a ranked university, you name it, they have it. Okay, any other questions? Ishan, just can you read them and tell me what?
Yeah, these are
Any other questions?
no question.
No?
Anyone who want to ask question, please.
Okay, let me tell you, I'm very, very happy to be here with you all and share my whatever little knowledge that I have with all of you. And I hope I have helped you to understand foreign education better, Europe education much better. And I'm waiting for another chance when we can have another webinar where we can meet many more students and talk about all these things that we have. Okay, and let me come back with more and more, answers for all that you are looking for in a much more positive manner, right? So, Ishan,
Yeah.
shall we log off?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
right.
Should
You
I have
wish
a
to
doubt?
study but do not know where to start. Okay, we have a question from Sridhar again. Sridhar, you are in what, 8th grade right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what I need you to do is really study hard. Don't trouble your parents. Be a good boy, study well, and come up. You should get at least in your 10th standard very good marks. 10 out of 10 would be excellent, yes, but the rest is left up to you. 12th standard, try to get around 80%, 85%, so we can ask for a scholarship for you if you want to travel abroad to study in Europe to do your graduation. Yes, So that would be a very ideal percentage for you. Okay, you can ask for a scholarship. Some universities in Finland, let me tell you this also, Finland will offer you scholarship, probably for masters it is. They will offer you a scholarship, 100%. Tuition fee 100%. So we have students who have gone also like that. Okay, so if you are studying at that level, wherein you are getting a scholarship, there's nothing better than that. So your whole this 10 years, your next 10 years of your life, if you give it to studying really very hard and getting good percentage, I think there's no one other who can do well in life than you, Sridhar. Right? Okay.
So, ma'am, from my side, the thing is like, what is the suggestion you will give to the like most of the students are school students, and if they're the school kids like seventh, eighth, ninth, at present, what they should do and uh,
At
like,
present, just
yeah,
concentrate on what you are doing.
yeah,
Okay, study well, because uh, your 11th and 12th, your graduation is all based on your the studies which you are doing now. Okay, it's all based on the studies that you do now, and this is the base. This is the foundation. So if your foundation is strong, then there is nothing else better than that. Okay, so you study well, we do good, and I would personally like to add this one sentence: don't trouble your parents. Okay, study well, study hard, study strong. Your academics should be really strong, and your especially if you're looking for to be a doctor or an engineer, your maths and your sciences should be excellent. Okay, you need to really study, and also to get in. You, like I told you, many of the universities don't ask for IELTS or TOEFL or GRE, GMAT, etc. They will ask you to get a memorandum of, sorry, a medium of instruction, which is you have studied in English. So yes, concentrate on your English as well. Okay, so overall development should be there at this time of your developing years. Okay, right.
okay. So I think we should take one more question, ma'am. I think we missed that. Like,
Go ahead.
just differentiate that. Like, we have GRE, TOEFL, and IELTS. Like, how we differentiate which country accepts GRE, which comes
So GRE
comes
TOEFL is mostly they which universities look at it are those universities which are technical, like engineering and all that, and
okay,
many of them could US would actually look for, they ask you, actually not look for, they ask you GRE and GMAT TOEFL, they ask you for all these things.
okay,
But in Europe, IELTS is enough. IELTS is enough. If you have IELTS, you don't need to do any of other things. And since I'm talking about Europe, so I would tell you, like, we don't require GRE or TOEFL, because IELTS is enough.
oh,
And some universities, IELTS also is okay, not required, as long as you have medium of instruction.
okay. And even if you go eastern side, ma'am, eastern like southern area, like this
I can't hear you. Please, can you
Australia,
repeat?
something like that, ma'am, Australia or Middle
Australia
East.
also needs IELTS.
IELTS.
Australia
Okay,
mostly takes IELTS, yes.
okay,
So in certain universities, if you don't have an English language, to test you, they would take an English test for you.
yeah,
That particular university would test your English.
okay,
Okay. So normally what they do is, if you're going for engineering or nursing or medicine or something like that, some universities will give you a test. They would ask you to write a test. Okay.
okay,
So in English also, some universities would ask you to have like how we are having face to face, or on a Zoom or a Skype interview or something like that, just to understand how is your English. So they
okay.
do that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, They're cute. Okay. Why European universities are cheap, ma'am? It's not
See, let
that.
us not use the word cheap.
Yeah,
Let us not use the word cheap, because it
yeah,
doesn't sound very nice, isn't it?
yeah.
But yes, European universities are very, very economical, easy on
Economic.
the pockets. Why
Yeah.
it is easy? Because they are government universities. And they are not like our government schools, huh? They are not like that. They are not like our government institutes at all. They have the topmost facilities in Europe. They are given even they are, if you go and have a look at their dormitories, Ishan, they are excellent. Even our five-star hotel is, it's like that.
Mhm.
Forget 4 and 3 and 2, etc. Their accommodation is like that, in that level. So when they give you an accommodation, you see let us you look at our Usmania University, for example. Have you seen the accommodation? Okay, let's not talk about that. Let's just leave it at it. Let us leave it at that. But when I talk
Okay.
about Europe, I mean, accommodation is excellent. Food depends on your palate, how you like the food. Some people like blends. If we are from Andhra, and we are from Telangana, we want nice and pungent stuff, which actually tears runs down our eyes. Yes, but when you go abroad, you have to mentally be prepared that there is going to be a change. Change though, hey,
Yeah.
we have to go about with it, and we have to adjust, because we are going there to study. Our main thing is going to study. So when we go to study, right? Yes. Yeah. Any other questions? There was a question just now which came something about not
European
Europe.
University massive. Why, ma'am? Why are European University are massive?
I didn't follow the question. What was it again?
Ma'am, why are European universities massive?
Big. You mean to say the infrastructure, is it big? Is that what you mean? Is it a very big university?
Sridhar, what is that exact question you are asking?
He probably is asking, why is the universities huge?
Yeah.
Universities both bada hai, kyun bada hai?
Yeah.
Because
Right.
in one university we have different faculties, right? If you go to even our Usmania University side, I don't know. If you go to that area, you see that there are different, departments.
Hmm.
Like we have law school, law college, then we have other colleges, we have architecture, we have, you name it, we have, yeah, so many. So they're all not in one building, isn't it?
Hmm.
They are given a big space for every building. The same way, even in Europe also, the
Hmm.
universities, they have different faculties. So probably they also have, wings, not flying wings. Okay, but different, in one building, they would have, north, south, east, west. So in each this in the south, let us say suppose they have a particular one type of faculty which is there, and in the other they might have a different one. So let us say one will have management, one will have computers, another will have some aerospace or something like that. It depends, so it's a huge building. You can't have everything in one small compact building, right? That's why the universities are massive. They are very
Right.
huge, and some of the
Right.
universities are more than 300 years, 300 years, yeah, 1600. Some of the universities in
Okay.
Italy are. So you name it, and you have now, there are certain universities which just finished their one first century, 100 years,
Okay.
101 year is going on now. So we have universities which are very, 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 very old. And probably that's the reason why, they have big buildings. And they keep adding, as they keep on adding new faculty, they start adding new building to that. A new branch is built for them. For that, if it's a faculty of computers or informatics, there's a big new building coming up for them. If there is something called a sports department, sports studies, then you have a different building coming up for them. So yeah, they keep adding again and again for the new faculty which is coming up.
Okay. So we'll take last question, ma'am. Then we'll try to wind up. So this is the last question. Okay. Do you advise European country students to take studies in our country?
Do I advise students to?
No, like European country students to take studies in our country.
You tell me, whosever question is this, I don't know, but
This is Arvind.
you tell me why you want to go abroad to study. One reason, because what I have studied today, my 5 years 7 years back, students have studied the same thing. They're still studying the same thing. The syllabus is changing at a snail, pace. You know what's a
Yeah.
snail? Snail. Slowly, 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 slowly,
Yeah.
very slowly. But it is happening. But in Europe today,
Very
if you
dress.
see the latest technology, whatever is latest in our in the industry, we are lacking over here. We are lacking it over here. It is very much lacking. We are trying to do our best. It's not that we are not trying to do. Our educators are not proper. No, I'm not saying that. They are, of course, the best in the field. Yes, but they need to do much more than that because our industries need way, way, way high. So you know what? When you are employed by a particular company, you are taken away to a particular place, given a training for 10 to 15 days or 20 days. Why? To bring you in line with what they want, isn't it? They train you. It's an orientation course, they say. They train you for the 10, 15 days, whatever you want to do. Because I underwent the training. That's why I'm telling you. I know it, right? So they train you to that particular level and they will give you the job, right? They train you. So when you go abroad, you don't need that particular training because you are doing an internship, which helps you to understand the actual working of that particular industry because you're taking a training of maybe 3 months. Sometimes it is 4 months also. Sometimes it is paid internship. Sometimes it is not paid internship, but you are having an opportunity to work with one of the best industries which are there. Okay, so all these are there. And somebody else asked me, like, do you mean to tell me that India is not up to the mark? I leave the question to you. If you want to go abroad to study, why are you looking to go abroad to study? That should answer your question, right?
Yeah, here I too also want to add, ma'am, like the thing is like we can think in the perspective of Indian, like why we should go to like other countries today. So like the thing is you don't need to go to other countries like if you want Europe and something. If you are getting like we also have the good universities like if you are talking about ITs and NITs and so even some government college also if you talk.
Yes.
Like if I talk about
See,
myself, I too
yeah,
also from a government college, but their facility is not good. Like I completed my study from MIT, Madras Institute, where
yes,
there when we talk about lab facilities, that is not that much of up to level. It is
right.
government college, and from there our Abdul Kalam sir has completed the study. His
Exactly. You are
but in
studying what our Mr. President, ex-president has
yeah
studied.
yeah
We need something new. We need
yeah
everything. See, a market is something which changes every day. The
every day,
minute you
right,
get up, there's something new
right,
in the market.
right,
I didn't know about this. When did this thing come up? So
right,
why do we need all these things when we go abroad, right? I'll tell you about, there is a college in Slovenia.
yeah,
Yeah, Slovenia. These students, mechanical students, if you have heard about this particular university, I'm not very, because we have so many universities, I'm so sorry. Yeah? But yes, I remember the country, it is Slovenia. We have students who go to the labs anytime, day, night,
yeah,
no problem. The doors are open, you can go and you have, brainstorm. Yes, go there, get into the lab and start working on it. Change the bolts, change the nuts. Nobody's going to question you because
yeah,
you are there, you are engrossed in that particular thing. And students have come up with a flying car. You got me right. Car which flies is done in that particular university by the students. So
right,
just imagine that you are given that kind of liberty to enter the labs. Here you go. नहीं नहीं अभी टाइम नहीं है बाद में आओ अभी टाइम हो
right,
गया अब मैं घर जाना है I have to go home. It's like that. So they don't do that. They don't do that. Over there you are given the right, your what do you say, your zeal and your zest for doing something new, your fingers are itching and you want to do something nice, go ahead, do it.
yeah.
No one is going to stop you. So
Like ma'am,
you don't.
even in like government college, what will happen? Library, simple example, it will be closed after 4. But like if you talk about ITs and the good colleges in India, if you are getting admission into that, it's fine. It's a really good because in ITs it will be 24 open. But in case if you are not getting a good institution to pursue your
Yeah,
studies,
but one more
then
thing, Isha, let
then
me
you
tell
can go.
you, it depends
Yeah,
on your percentage as well, isn't it?
yeah, yeah,
Depends. If you don't have a percentage, or you don't have this percentage, if you don't have it, you cannot get into that particular university.
right,
You need to have that much, percentage. But in Europe, the cutoff point is 60%. I mean, it is
Right.
very easy for you to get 60%, isn't it?
Right. Right.
Yes. Come on, don't tell me you cannot. Okay, yes, it is easy to get 60%. So
Right. Right.
try to get a minimum of 60%, which is easy on the pockets.
Right.
Okay, and the fee also would be very, very economical, like I just told you.
Mm.
All right, and yeah, and see, comparing with our Indian and this and all that, okay, you can go ahead, compare, but you should know what is actually the end, what you want,
What more? Right.
what you want. Okay, good
Mm.
things are there here, good things are there. Depends what you are looking for.
Mm.
If you feel you are still thirsty, go ahead and drink. Where you drink depends on you,
Right. Right.
right? Depends on you.
Okay.
So with that, yeah, I apply for a specific department if I have a degree in another subject. No, you cannot. Most of the time, what you have studied, in that only you are going to get. Like for example, if you want, there are very few courses which you can blend. You know, you can blend the one which you have studied with administration. Okay, with administration. Now let us say we have something called business management, no, business administration in AI. What does business management have to do with AI?
Nothing.
AI is artificial intelligence, right?
Nothing to do.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. See, now the student has come up with a new question like, why can I do something like that? If you're a management student, can you do AI? Or you're an AI student, can you do management? So it goes both the ways. So yes, there are very few, but they are there. You need to search them. You need to find out which country offers you that. But yes, they are there. You can go ahead and do it. Right?
Yeah, ma'am, there is a question called why such organization like Europe study promote abroad studies like this?
That is because that is what we do. That is what we do. Right? We promote European education simply because not everyone in India can get into IITs, NITs. Not everyone can get into that. And even if you get into particular things, they are too expensive. They're way expensive. So here what we do is we give you that education, which is the most, at the top level of education at very least price. And this is in a setting in a very beautiful country. If you look at Europe, each country has their own, beautiful locations, beautiful, what do you say, what do you call that? A nice thing where you can peacefully study. I'm not saying here we don't have, yes, we do have here, but they come with a big baggage, right? Yeah,
Right.
there was a question which I did not read. Can you just tell me what was it?
Which question, ma'am? I think you have taken that, ma'am. Question. I think. What level of English do I need to study in European universities?
What level?
Of English do I need to study in European
No,
universities?
level it is, you start with your 12th standard, you finish your 12th standard, right? You finish your 12th standard. If you're talking of after your 12th standard, you can go for graduation. That is an undergraduate course, right? You can go there. Once you finish your graduation, you can start your master's and do your master's over there. So some universities also will offer you a bridging course, like in Germany and Italy and some places, they do offer you a bridging course. This course is nothing but, let us say, suppose you are doing a graduation in that particular language, not English, because whatever I was talking to you about, all the courses are offered to you in English, right? But in some universities or some countries, certain courses, like you're asking something hatke, something different, but they don't offer those in English language. They offer you half and half. Let's say half in their particular language, which is there in the country language, and the rest is in English. You need to study that particular language to get into that particular degree course and finish it off. So how do you do that? There's a bridging course. You do it for 1 year, bridging course, wherein you learn that particular language of the country. Okay. and then you get into the first year or the maybe second year of the degree that you are going to do. Maybe it is 3 years or 4 years. It depends again on what you are looking for. So that is what it's called, a bridging course, or it's a pathway course, we call it. In Europe, we call it as a pathway course. So that would be charged again differently. We don't encourage students simply because the course would be a little expensive. So many of the students, when we talk about job placements, the universities have, they have this campus recruitment. What do we mean by campus recruitment? They will come to your college or universities, they will put up a table and chair like how I am sitting, and they will talk to you about the jobs. If they find that you are the right candidate for them, they would offer you the job. So it is campus recruitment. So they come to your college and offer you the job. How great is that? It is up to you whether you want to take it or not. Right? Okay.
Here I would like to add, ma'am, that there was a question, right? Promote Europe only, why, ma'am? So I like there are some reasons, like if you talk about US, economical wise, because everybody
No,
look for the economic
but then since my office is only about Europe,
Europe. Yeah,
yeah, I would prefer sticking to Europe.
yeah,
But
yeah. No, that is what I want to say. Like if generally,
I'm not an expert when it comes to other than Europe.
yeah, yeah.
I'm an expert when it comes to Europe. So yeah.
But ma'am, I think here, I think if you compare the economical wise, because everybody used to prefer like if study is quite economical wise, okay. So as compared to other countries going into the Europe, it will be quite economical wise will be fine, I think so.
Have you seen the exchange rate?
Yeah,
88. It is
yeah,
88.
right.
America is today 88.
Yeah,
In the past, it was 76.
right.
So, Europe has always had a very good, strong rates,
Right,
currency rates when it comes
right.
to, even paying on all. It's very, very high. So
Yeah.
once you finish your education, when you start getting your salary, you are very happy. You will not
Right.
come and ask me why, madam. No, you will not ask me because you're getting a very good salary. Khatta salary you're going to get,
Right.
isn't it? And you're very good. You're very happy at the time. Yeah, but even if you talk about, I'm not very sure about this. You need to cross verify. Okay, I'm not very sure. So this one question I could like to tell you, and also please confirm with somebody else. In US, once you finish your courses, you cannot stay back. There is no stay back.
Okay.
Okay, it is to my knowledge. It's recently happening. I don't know, but I think there is no stay back. But in Europe, we have from 9 months to 2 years. You are given the opportunity to stay and to work with them. I mean, that is a very great thing, isn't it?
Right.
Or other places where you go, you need to immediately join into another course. So you are not come back. You cannot come back to India. Otherwise, if you're just sitting idle, they will send you back. So you join into another course immediately to stay back.
Right.
That's what many of them do. So I'm not very sure about it, but please confirm with somebody who really knows about it. But
Right.
yes, in Europe, we have 9 months to 2 years of stay back. So that itself should be very, very good. And by the time now students are going now, let us say, suppose someone goes now. So by the end of the 2 years, or next 4 years, which you finish your graduation and your masters, if you're doing either of them, a job is there ready waiting for you, because now very soon we will start having a recession or something like that. Hopefully, I don't know, many of them, economics are predicting it. So let us see how it goes about it. And for us, we will not have any problem, because by the time we graduate, our jobs are waiting for us. So we are going to be very happy, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So
Here,
any
one
other
more thing,
question?
ma'am. Yeah, I want to add that like technology wise also, if you talk European countries, like sanguine countries are the like good. Like if I talk about my background, like aircraft and this aeronautical. So their aircraft, that engine is their main part. Like we at
Okay.
this present time, we want to save time, so we used to travel through
Thank
the
you,
flight.
Ishan. Thank you,
Yeah,
Ishan.
yeah,
See, I'm very thankful to you for being so supportive to all the things.
yeah,
And, yes, backing me up, right?
yeah.
Like our Ishan has just told us that this is what it is. We don't we forget everything else. Even we, Indians, our jets are coming from where? It has been in the news, right?
Yeah.
last year and all. Oh, there's a lot of hue and cry. Oh, these jets are coming, this much, that much. Why can't we make our own? Because we cannot. That's why we have to import. And who does that? Our students go there, study, get it done.
Right,
Right?
Rolls Royce you mentioned, right, ma'am? There is one of the company which manufacture this engine of aircraft engine, and Boeing and these companies are there. So that
Yeah,
is
that's
why,
what I'm saying.
yeah,
See, our Indians, if you see, they are there everywhere.
yeah,
Okay, and they go there to study. And one more thing, what I have understood is, when you study in Europe, right, you are not just studying only with Indians abroad.
right,
You are studying with an African, you are studying with a person who's come from US, you are studying with a person who's come from China, a person from Japan, Korea. You have a multidisciplinary student over there. Too many of different, all around the world, they will come to study. So it is not just us, yeah, as Indians who go there to study, to have a broader vision and to have a great life after we finish our graduation or masters. No, it is everyone who wants to come there to study. So why, you tell me, why would everyone all around the world want to study in Europe? Because there is something good, something great happening over there, isn't it? That is why everyone wants to come there.
right,
And if let us say that they don't open the gates for us, who is at a loss?
yeah,
Not them. We would not know the technology, right?
right.
Yes. So when we have an opportunity to study abroad, don't miss it. That is my advice to you. If you can do something like that, go ahead and take an admission. Or better still, come and meet me in Panchakutta. I will help you out to get the best and your desired or courses that you're looking for. Okay?
Right, right.
Right. Any other questions, Ishan?
If we are asking, questions are keep on coming. So students are
Right.
really excited to ask. Okay, we'll take last question now, ma'am. This is last.
Yes.
Fine. So one student पूछ रहे हैं हिंदी में, यूनिवर्सिटी में एडमिशन के लिए कितने परसेंट होने चाहिए?
यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए कितना परसेंटेज चाहिए एडमिशन के लिए?
Yes,
इज दैट द
yes, yes,
क्वेश्चन?
yes,
हाँ,
yes.
एडमिशन के लिए हमको कम से कम 60, आई थिंक 60, 60,
60%, yeah.
yes,
Yes, yes.
60% चाहिए हमको. ओके, एनीथिंग, किसी में भी 60 से कम तो ज्यादा, very less universities will offer, but 60 is the point. Cut off line is 60.
Okay, right. Questions are, so many questions are there, but as we are lacking of time,
You can go ahead and ask me.
okay, okay.
Because
How much time you have, ma'am, so far?
You go ahead, you ask me.
Okay, okay. So one student पूछ रहा है, ma'am, she is asking that, ma'am, can we go Europe at this age?
At
This age, like she is actually in class 8 now, so she's
no.
asking.
You need, that's what you need to have, come se come 12th standard,
12th,
intermediate.
yeah,
इंटरमीडिएट सेकेंड ईयर कंप्लीट होना चाहिए, खत्म होना चाहिए आपको ग्रेजुएशन के लिए.
right,
इससे कम नहीं हो सकता. You cannot go. Okay, so you have to have at least 12th standard with 60% for you to get admission anywhere.
so I think we have done with the questions. Now no more questions, ma'am. So at the last, from my side, ma'am, if you want to give some advice to the students, you can give. From my side, the advice is the overall conclusion at present, like you should focus on your study and try to get like good marks, like at least try 90% above. That is what you can do, right?
Yes.
Give
If
your
you're doing
level best.
masters, if you want to
Yeah,
go for masters, okay,
yeah,
and in Germany, if you're looking for, and you don't want to pay extra fee or anything at a scholarship, then yes, above 92, 95, excellent. You
right.
would be looking at scholarship. Yes, definitely scholarship.
Okay.
Somebody was asking about funding. What was that funding question? I could not see, it went off too fast.
Ma'am, can I be admitted without funding? Funding, I don't know.
Without funding is a small example. I don't know who was the person who asked. Yeah, like I think I told even Ishan earlier, there is nothing called free. Okay. अगर आपको भूख लग रही है, same example I gave Ishan, your mama also will not feed you if you don't ask her.
Yeah.
right? If you tell her, I'm hungry, then she will give you because nobody knows how or what. So here also, unless you pay something, at least your cost of living का माने क्या है? What does it mean? आपका खुद का पहनना, रहना, सोना, खाना, पीना, rent, stay. It is called cost of living. Your
Right.
rent, your food, your travel, everything, all this expenditure is called cost of living. इसके लिए तो आपको पैसा खर्च
Right.
करना पड़ेगा, right? Rent तो
Right.
you have to pay rent.
Right.
आप भूखे न रहोगे तो आपको खाना पड़ेगा, तो उसके लिए पैसा लगेगा. Free education in Norway. Norway, there is, it depends again on what percentage you are looking at. Okay. It depends on what percentage you are looking at. If you're having a very good percent, yes, we can have a scholarship. Okay. And if you don't have that particular scholar percentage which can get you a scholarship, then even though it is a public university, you will have to pay very less, but you have to pay tuition fees. Tuition fee रहेगा मगर कम रहेगा. Norway में नहीं. Norway, because it has various things to offer. If I start talking about one country, we will never finish it today. We will go into 6th of Feb, and our questions will still not finish. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So ऐसा है, whatever questions you have, मेरा WhatsApp number ले लो आप. Please WhatsApp me with all the questions that you have, and I will sincerely sit down and answer every question that you have put forth to me.
Right.
Right?
No.
Yes.
Okay, then thank you so much for your ma'am for your valuable time and precious thing
Thank
you have,
you.
yeah, and
Thank you,
you
Nishan.
have
You
shared
are
so
part
much
of
of
the team.
information and I've also gathered so much of information, so it will be help for me to also guide to my student. And I
Correct.
think whoever the audience, they also have gathered some information and might it will help them. And further, if they have any query, they can directly contact to the ma'am, and even you can contact with us also.
Right.
And we'll be
You
always
can
there
do
to
it.
help you, and we'll be helping you as a like what you say. We'll give you a guidance. Like we always need a proper guidance, right? So we'll help you for the guidance.
Yeah. For
Remaining
anything
all up
about
to you. Remaining
anything
all up
about
to you. Yeah,
yeah,
thinking
yeah,
about
go ahead.
Europe. Yeah. So it's all
Anything
up to
about
you.
Europe Study Center, please call me,
Yeah.
contact me, and
Yeah.
I'm ready to tell you and help you out. I will guide you, and you need to know my address. WhatsApp me, I will give you the address, location I will share with you. Any other questions? Ishan is there also to help you out. So yes, let us make more and more students much more, make them in a way that, when they come out of their education, when they finish their education, or when they are, ready to face the world, yes, they have the right degree in hand and right experience to face the world, right?
And yeah, they should, when they will reach at very height, they will remember us. Yeah, there was a some Priya ma'am and
Definitely,
Ishan sir.
definitely, Ishan.
That
Right,
will be
definitely.
really happy to hear. So yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being so patient with me and correcting today. Right, I'll anytime, Ishan, for you.
Thank
Right.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Chalo,
Yeah.
bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
One second, sir.
Sir, you're muted.
Yeah. So okay. So I hope that you have gathered some information, and in future also might will be planning some other sessions also with ma'am. So she'll be telling like maybe countries wise and something like that. Okay.
Sure, sir.
And any other doubts you have, you can reach us to me, and you can visit our website, as you already know, www.antriksindia.org. And yeah, that is what from my side. And thank you so much for joining today's session and making it like what a wonderful session and with your wonderful questions. Okay, thank you so much.
Sir, 1 second, sir. Sir. Something.
Query, if guys, if you have any query, you can message me, okay, personally. And yeah, I'm going to close the session as it's already exceeding the time, right? Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.